All right, here we are back with the Red Glove interview series, and this evening I'm really excited because I have Kajsa Sihlen with me. Very exciting what she's doing, and we're gonna touch on a subject that could be a little bit touchy here in Scandinavia, the financial investment, money. And I met Kajsa a couple of years ago. We worked together, but not together. We were affiliates for the same company, working with direct sales. And already then I saw a very focused individual, down to earth, but really focused, on the mission. So it's been really fun to see the progress that she has been doing. She's really, according to me, a person that, started from scratch and really didn't care about the old saying that you have to have a lot in order to make a lot, and slowly but surely, keeping her feet on the earth, she has built something that has a great potential, and I'm really in awe of what's been happening in such a short while, really, Kajsa. And you'll be telling the audience a little bit more about what that is. We have 30 minutes to our disposal, and I usually always start with gratitude. I think that is really healthy to be grateful. There is a lot to be grateful for, even though sometimes we feel that it's not. But if we really think about it, we do have a lot of things to be grateful in our lives. So the first question, Kajsa, before we move on to your mission and why you're doing what you're doing, is which three things are you most grateful for as we speak right now?
Yeah, well, thank you, Claudia, for having me. It's such a and I was thinking about what to be grateful for, because that's so important in life, in business, with your for you to be happy. I mean, and I believe what I'm grateful for, one of the things is my surroundings. I mean, my family and my friends, and the support that I have from my surroundings. I'm super grateful for that, because if it wasn't for my surroundings and my people around me, I wouldn't have been where I am today. So that's one of the things. Another thing is my fiance. I don't really count him as a friend. He is though my best friend, but and I think it all adds up in the same thing. It's the support and the teamwork that I'm super grateful for, because you cannot build a business. I believe you cannot build a healthy business without having a team around you.
That's for sure.
That's my biggest things, what I'm grateful for, really.
All right. So the support that you have, I mean, from family around you, your fiance, and obviously the team, which are a big part of building what you're building together. What are you guys doing? Can you give us a short explanation, and how did you get into it, and why did you get into it?
Yeah, of course. I work with real estate, and I buy real estate properties in America and renting them out to America. So I live in Sweden, but I buy houses in America. And the reason why I got into that is because of I was kind of fed up with the way I was living my life. I was spending my days changing my time for money, and I didn't do anything else. I was just building someone else's dream. So I got into real estate only because I wanted a passive income. I wanted cash flow in my economy that wasn't depending on me giving my time for my money.
Okay.
So that was the reason why I got into real estate in the first place. And the reason why America was where I could afford to buy a property.
Okay.
I couldn't buy more here in Sweden because it's too expensive. It's no return on investment.
So when we talk, I'm so happy that we're having this discussion, because when we talk about passive income, I know what a passive income is, but maybe some of the people listening, they don't really know like what is a passive income. I know some people have told me that, does that mean, Claudio, that I don't have to do anything? Well, I mean, you do have to do a lot of things in order for it to become passive. Could you give us a definition of what you mean with a passive income?
Yeah, I worked with you, Claudia, in a network marketing company when the product was perfect and I really loved it, but the business model the vision was a passive income.
Yes.
But I have never worked so much in my entire life than getting the passive income. So for me, passive income is having an asset that someone else takes care of. So you pay someone else to do the job that you don't want to do, get less in your pocket, but you don't have to do anything with it. That's passive for me.
Okay. And what would you say to people saying that, hey, of course, that sounds really, really good, but I mean, I just have a normal job. I don't have any savings. If I had a couple of millions, that would be much easier to to put it to work for me with someone else that knows what he or she is doing. What would you say to those people that really maybe don't even have 10,000 crowns saved, but they do have a job and an income from that?
The very first thing is you need to invest in yourself. So whatever income you get, save 10% of that. Start with that. It's easy. So save 10% of your income to a savings account and start with that, because you can live on that, on 90% of your salary. And also think when you do that for a while, you're gonna have some cash in your savings account, and also think a little bit more creative. What can you do? What value can you bring to people that you can get paid for? Can you have an extra income at the side of your job?
Okay, so you would start with 10%, right?
Yeah.
And that is manageable for everyone. You just have to cut some things off, even though you think, I can hardly make it on what I have now. Where would I put aside 10%? But you mean that is really, really plausible to do that if you just think about it a little bit.
Yeah, you just need to see where does your money go. It's so easy, because if you're sick from work for 3 or 4 days, I don't know, I haven't had a salary for a year, so I'm not really sure how much a payday is paying, and that's different, of course. But if you're sick, then you don't get an income. You have the karensdagar.
Yeah.
And you can manage from that, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so it's easy. You just need to plan for it. Just go to the club one night less in a month, or plan your what do you call it? Plan your shopping. It's all about planning. If you plan and stick to the plan, it's easy.
If you plan and stick to the plan, that's it. So, but wouldn't you say that it's important? I mean, when you plan to track, to track yourself, because it's so easy to just think that things are happening. I don't know where the money is going. I don't know what's happening, because you actually don't track yourself. Like you say, how much money do you spend just buying water? That maybe you can get it somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about measure. If you everything that you measure or planning, that stuff gets done.
Exactly.
So just make a plan and stick to the plan.
So you bought you went to the US market because it was more favorable, right? To get a good return on investment and the prices and so on. But from going there and buying one property, how do you go about to do what you're doing now, where you actually have more properties, a team that's growing, more people that want to invest in the US market, and how do you make that shift? When, you know what I mean? Can you please tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. It started with one property, and as soon as I bought that property and I saw my rental income coming into my bank account, I was like, okay, this is easy. I just need to scale it up. The more properties I have, the more money I earn. And when I got the opportunity to bring investors from Sweden to the American market and get a commission for that, I was like, okay, hey, I'm bringing value to the people in Sweden that can invest in something that they don't really know how to do else. So the shift was so easy. I saw the vision it became so clear, like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I didn't know anything at the time because I just bought my first real estate. I never worked in real estate before. I just only worked with investment and the financial sector. But I knew common sense and I knew how investments work, what I should calculate on. So then I just learned by doing.
And you grew, I mean, you know, can I ask how many properties you have right now in the US? Or?
Yeah, we have 130 units under property management, and me alone I have 14 tenants paying rent to me every month. So it started 3 years ago with one tenant.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's all about making a plan and see the vision, like what can it be and what do I need to do to get there? Like, what small steps do I do every day to take me closer to that vision?
Yeah. Did you have any leverage? Again, I'm re-asking these questions, you know, because I know there are people that have built stories around why they're not doing it, why, you know, of course you succeeded, you know, because you had the financial background, and there's always some excuse. You must have had money hidden under your bed, you know, a couple of millions and so on. You know, could everyone, I'm just re-asking again, could everyone that decides and has a plan and puts aside 10% and just, you know, measures, tracks, and could everyone do what you're doing right now?
Definitely. Yeah. I had some savings because I've been planning for a long time. So I did my 10%, or I saved 20%. But I saved money. So when the opportunity came for me to buy this property for 320,000 Swedish crowns, I had that in stocks.
Okay.
So I just sold that off, bought my real estate, and now for the rental income, if I want to, I can buy back the stocks again.
Exactly.
But I started to build my property portfolio, 300 Swedish crowns.
And that is affordable. I mean, instead of loaning money from the bank to buy a new car, right?
Exactly.
You could take that money and do what you're doing, right?
Buy a house and rent it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, again, I'm really excited about this because I think if I look back, I don't know about you, you know, but and I do spend some time educating, you know, young leaders and students, and you know, the different schools and so on. And what I still see is the lack of financial education in schools. You know what I mean? So by the time you get out and you know you get a couple of jobs and you work and stuff like that, the programming is so hard, you know, that is really hard to change because you don't have it with you, you know. Would you agree? Or
I totally agree, because the school system today is you're wired to go to school, get a job, do the career, and just bring your A game to build someone else's company. That's how we are wired. But I think that is shifting now. It starts slowly because people, like the new generation, are more entrepreneurial. But I think us in the middle really need to take a look at how we're wired.
Yeah.
So we
exactly.
see everyone else having huge success, and then we're just by ourselves. Okay, I'm stuck here. What did I do wrong?
Exactly.
We need to take responsibility of that and take a honest look. Because when you're honest about that and you see, okay, this is where I'm stuck, then you can do something about it.
Exactly. You could even.
So that's why I changed.
You could even say, hey, I'm an idiot, right? I mean, that's kind of like relieving, yourself of, hey, I'm really a big idiot, within this sector, and just by acknowledging that you're an idiot, you can start improving, because then you stop hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So let's say like this, because there are different types of people, right? The goal would be to have the money to work for you, so you stop exchanging time for money, right? That's the whole. Then you get more freedom, you get more time to spend on the things and people you love. And I mean, I know a lot of people are attracted to that. So for me, let's say like this, I want that, right? But at the same time, I'm not prepared to plan too much or learn too much about the financial sector and how to think about finances and return on investments. But I am prepared to put aside the 10% with the right company and the right people. How would I go about to make sure that my money is placed with the right company and the right people? Because it's overpopulated, with a lot of, what I mean, the financial sector, and a lot of people are losing money and a lot of people are promising stuff. And how would you go about, let's switch it like that. How would you go about to make sure, hey, this is somewhere where I know my money will be safe and will be doing something constructively?
I think the most important thing is who are you investing in? What people are you investing in? I mean, the business idea, sorry, I have an allergy. My business idea can be great, but if it's the wrong people that are working with it, it can go down the drain. It's so common. I meet so many clients and people that have lost their money in investments because they knew nothing about it and it was the wrong people. I mean, that's the most important thing. So I would say the people is super important. Who are you giving your money to? I mean, if someone was supposed to give their money to me and not doing real estate, I would do something else. They know that I am a problem solver. They know that I do the things that I say I will do. I mean, they can rely on me. They can have confidence in me that I'm going to do my best to get their money to grow in whatever area that is. I just happen to choose real estate.
Okay.
So the people are super important.
So the management, you could say that, right? The management. I mean,
especially small companies.
Okay.
So right. And if you're I mean, the best advice to buy, if you want to buy stocks or bonds or that kind of stuff, you should never pay anyone to do that, because you can do it yourself. Like Avanza Zero, it's a fund that is for free, and you get the index. That's the return on investment every year. Like you get the average, how everyone is doing.
Exactly.
So make sure you're not paying fees for something that is not worth anything, when you can choose free alternative.
Yeah. So what, if I say Warren Buffett, what do you say?
I say he's great. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's the guru, and you can invest in his bond. So you get what he is investing in. So and you can
just follow him. I mean, like, what is he investing in? And you can just mimic, right?
Exactly. So you can just copy what other people are doing that is successful, and then you can do it yourself. But you need time. You need to be consistent. You need to have. It's not gonna go overnight.
Exactly.
So you need to be, what do you call it? Uthållig. What's it called in English?
Perseverant.
Yeah. So it's
because I'm asking that because a lot of, there's a lot of new things coming up, and, obviously technology has both helped, but at the same time is, a lot of people wanting to get, money overnight. I mean, millions, and with the technology and the whole Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency, and like everyone is a trader right now, or an influencer and a cash flow guru, and so on, And I think there is a danger, because that's first and foremost, and that's why I want to have this discussion with you. Warren Buffett says, hey, invest in stuff that you understand.
Yeah.
With a great management, right? Like you said, great people know who's leading the investment company, what are their values, how much money do they pay themselves in yearly bonuses, and then obviously to have a competitive advantage somehow that is durable, and a great margin of safety. And he says, think long term. Don't think in 1 year, 2 years, but think long term. And as long as you make money, then you win. And then you have the other trend going on right now, which is like, wow, I made 4,000%, overnight. Look at my phone. The internet is all filled with. Join my cryptocurrency club. And what do you say? Because there are two different ways of thinking about investment, right?
Definitely. And I think you can make money overnight, but it's not going to be long term.
Exactly.
So, I say exactly as Warren Buffett. You need to understand what you're investing in. I mean, real estate for me is so easy. It's so logic. I mean, a broken house can be fixed. A bad tenant that is not paying rent can be replaced. Especially with the regulation in America, when it's easy to replace tenants that is not performing.
It is easy. Okay.
Yeah, in Sweden it's not, but in America it's very easy. And also to buy in the help you need to maintain your properties is very cheap compared to Sweden. So you can repair a house and you can replace a bad tenant.
Okay.
I can understand it. It's logic. It's common sense. I mean, when I worked in the financial sector and was only relying on how the stock market was going, and I mean, the stock market is only, it moves by the media. The media rules everything. What the papers are writing and how we get scared or how we get brave to buy more. I mean, it's not the underlying asset of the company. It's not their numbers. So for it's no logic, because it's only, the stock market is only ruled by feelings. And I mean, cryptocurrency, I have many people explaining to me how that works, but I still can't understand it. Long term, I cannot understand it. That's why I don't invest in it. I mean, my friends can do it. It's fine. It's perfect for them if they want to. But I need to understand the underlying product.
Awesome. So understand what you want to do and understand that sector. Because as soon as you don't understand it, you lose control. You're in a deficit, you could say.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's move on.
Yeah.
So I usually ask a superhero question, which is, which superhero was your favorite when you were younger? And I'm going to ask you the same question. Did you have a superhero or?
Well, actually, I can't remember when I was a little girl that I had a superhero. But I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever had a superhero in that way. But I had the vision of being my own superhero. So I think that's my passion and drive, is to always strive. So maybe I can be someone else's superhero. I'm not sure if it comes to that, but no, I never had one when I was younger.
All right. But when did you know that you want to be your own superhero? Like at what age? Can you go back and remember?
I think when I wanted to be an elite gymnast when I was 10 or something.
Okay.
That's when I knew that, okay, I can do something and I'm good at, I had the confidence, and that I can thank my father for, because he has always been like, you can do whatever you want. But when I got into real estate, he got scared. But when I was younger, he was really supportive, and that have shaped how the fearless. I don't really know what fear is. I mean, that's a really great skill that he brought to me.
So is that because of him? You could say.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great.
And that was.
What did he do?
Sorry?
What did he do? As line of work, or what was his background?
He took the educational route and was highly educated and worked with IT.
Mm-hmm.
So he really wanted me to go on the same path. So that's why I went to law school and got into the financial sector. I was going to work career, but that wasn't for me.
Okay.
It was because of him that I went that path, but it was also because my upbringing that I can do whatever I want, that I quit that and decided to do my own.
That's really great. I mean, to get the support and just to hear the words that, hey, everything is possible and you can do it.
Yeah.
That's not always the case, unfortunately. And I mean, you can choose to look at it in different ways. So even if you don't get that support, and because I really hate excuses, right? And I'm saying that because a lot of people, I didn't get the support from my parents. I mean, look, Kajsa, you hear? That's why. Now we know. That's why she's working, And it is in your case, but I mean, it doesn't have to be. Even if you don't get the support, it's how you see. Maybe you get angry. Hey, I'm going to do it anyway because I didn't get any support, But you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I received the same support as you. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, and I can also just point in that when I was starting my own business with real estate, I had no support from either of my parents because they were scared. They thought I was crazy, and they had no idea what I got myself into. What do I know about real estate? What do I know of America? I mean, they were scared, and they wanted the best for me. They didn't want me to fail, or it was that they were acting like that. But now they're confident in me, and now they're not so worried anymore.
They knew that you could do it, right? Now afterwards.
Now they know.
Yes.
But I think the surrounding, they're not supportive. I think it's mostly because of love. They have no idea. They don't want you to get hurt. They don't want you to take risks. And I think it's only. Yeah.
So if we're going to move on a little bit now, what is your definition of success? I'm asking this question, I think, every time so far, because there is a lot of success talking around, be successful, get successful, reach success. And what I found out so far anyway, is that most people, they haven't even thought, what is my definition of success? They just chase success, but they don't know what they're chasing. So what is your definition of success, Kajsa?
Oh, that's easy. It's a balanced life. It's success in my health, success in my relationships, that my core is happy. I'm not sure how to say it. And also to have the financial muscles that I need to live the life that I want. And every life has a price tag. I mean, we all have different hobbies we like. Some are more expensive, some are cheap. And I mean, it's all about having success is finding your own little bubble when you're happy and when you have the ability to do whatever you want, when you want, and with who you want.
Exactly.
So for me, it's being my own boss and decide when, where, and with who. So that is success for me. It's all about balance and being happy, because without that, you have nothing. I mean, you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health or your relationships in place, it's not a super successful life, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't. Unfortunately, I see that quite a lot, and sometimes I'm guilty of it myself. That you focus so much on one area that another area gets neglected. Then you have to go back but when it comes to relationships, when it comes to your health, which is number one, and just your inner peace of mind. I think if you don't have them, like you said, then there is no point, really.
Yeah, and I also
And
notice when I'm happy and I am in balance, I make more money.
yeah, for sure.
It's related. I mean, yeah, so that's a great thing about being in balance and be happy also. You attract more of the right people
Hmm.
and the law of attraction, and you can make
Yeah,
business and make money out of it.
exactly. Because you come from a place where you don't emanate like you need something. You're not needy, right? You're balanced, and people feel that.
Yeah.
Um, Sorry, just things popping up here. I'm just going to close them. All right. So, I mean, we probably know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What do you spend a big chunk of your income on?
Oh, that's for me. It's travel,
Okay.
and I have a thing for electric technology.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I'm not good at it, but I love the newest phones and computers and headphones. I have a thing for those kind of stuff. So it's travel and electric equipment that I don't know anything about, but I do like it. I love it. So that I think most of my money goes.
Okay.
And also for good food. That's super important for me.
So experiences and technology.
Yeah, exactly.
You could say
Those
that.
two are the bigger ones, and also personal development. But that's not too much because books are not expensive. But I need every month to have a portion of my income to go to that to further develop myself and my business, and it's important too.
So do
But
you have
books are
any book? Do you have any book that you want to recommend? I mean, obviously you've read quite a lot, knowing you, but do you have one book that you want to say to the audience, hey, read this, and why is that?
I have one book that is
Hmm.
made the most impact of them all, and that's Darren Hardy with the Compound Effect. With that's exactly, Claudio. So that makes the most change. I mean,
Yes.
to get the compound effect in every area of your life, that is powerful. Not only with money, but with your health, with your relationship, with everything.
Mm, exactly.
So
Great.
if you're gonna read a book, it's that book.
Yeah. I agree. I cannot disagree on this one. It's it's so concrete. It's so it's no bullshit, no fluff, and you can apply it, which I
Yeah.
love the most. You can really apply it on a daily basis, and long term. It just creates crazy habits, good
Yeah.
habits, that are unbreakable. After a while, you feel sick if you don't do it.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah. So
So
all right.
yeah.
Um, if you have the opportunity, and I hope it's going to take a very long time. If you just hear me out, but let's say it's time for you to leave, to move on to another dimension, or call it what you want, and you
Yeah.
have the opportunity to leave behind you. Could be on a giant billboard, could be through technology. Who knows? Telepathic abilities, in the futures. We don't know, but one message that would be your legacy and that you would like to leave for the world and the people coming after you, what would that message be?
That's a hard one.
I know.
But yeah, just a quick answer is to pass along the encouragement to be brave,
Mm,
generous, and kind, because that's my ingredients that really works both in business and your personal life.
yes. So be
So
brave, generous, and kind.
yeah,
in that order, or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter.
Hmm.
But, well, yeah, it does. Yeah, I think you need to be brave. That needs to come first.
Yes.
Because you can be how kind you want, but if you're not brave, you're not gonna go that far.
Hmm.
You need to get out of your comfort zone and do the things that are tough.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. So if people want to get in touch with you, or want to know more about Solid Capital Group, investments, next trips to the US, how would they go about to do that?
They go into our website. That is www.solidcapitalgroup.com, and they find the contact details and everything about our investment, or if they just want to get in contact with me to have some support or whatever I can contribute with.
Awesome. And can you post it even afterwards in the comment fields? We'll do that, right?
Of course.
And we have one question before we. That's from Peter Lang. Let's see if we can bring it up. And the question is, for the Q&As, has there been any legal challenges for you living in Sweden but owning and renting to U.S. citizens?
No, nothing.
Okay.
We have a totally legal setup. It's super easy and smooth.
All right. So no challenges.
No.
All right. I hope you're happy with the answer, Peter, and you have a look. I mean, you are. I know Peter, so he's an American citizen, but he's a Swedish citizen at the same time. So he's been living in Hawaii for, I think, 15 years.
Okay. Wow.
Has moved back. All right, Kajsa, I'm really happy that you took your time to have this interview. We're going to post it on YouTube too, and very interesting. And I'm going to follow your progress. I know you're going to be speaking at one of our events next year. We're really pumped about that too. And I wish you a pleasant evening and good luck with the dinner discussions. I know you're working on something really exciting over there.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you so much, Claudia, for having me.
Talk soon. Take care and be nice wherever you are, but be brave first. Take care.
Exactly. Take care, everyone.